Hello, people of economics, and welcome back to the Breezcast, your go-to show on all things Benway and Breezac with your host, Sean Furlong, aka Barry White. Now look, this is the fourth show, and me and my director, Kyle, have heard all the suggestions and complaints, so we will now bring you the best podcast ever. At least we hope. Because we've definitely got our thing together this time, don't we? Because this week will be all the same as last one. We really don't have anything to go over. So with all that out of the way, let's get paid a reasonable amount of income for the services that we've provided. Or as you all know it, let's make that money. Now, like all classes, let's start with the Breezeway Basic of the Week, which goes number 46, which states, after college, have a maximum of one credit card. And before we begin the discussion, I would like to mention all of the Breezeways of this week had to do with credit cards. All of them, from November 14th to November 18th, which is odd, but it did make our jobs easier in deciding which one we would use. But now, having only one credit card is very important because it'll help you save money on student loans and other things. But if you do get one, please, and I really mean it, please, pay it on time so that you can maintain a good credit score. Otherwise, you can't buy nice things for yourself, or worst of all, you might have to get a job. Another Monday has passed, so you know what that means. Another missing semester chapter. This week's chapter goes to, oddly enough, 9.5. I don't know why they cut it into two parts, but whatever. It talks about investing and the Roth IRA. Now, I don't know what it means either, but I can tell you the definition. The Roth IRA is when an individual retirement account allowing a person to set aside after tax income up to a specified amount each year. Both earnings on the account and the withdrawals after age 59 and a half are tax-free. And that's all that we can say for the missing semester this week. This week in class, we did stuff like Breezeway Basics and the missing semester on Monday. But besides stuff that wasn't that, we talked about the four types of ownership: sole proprietorship, franchise, partnership, and corporation. Now let's talk about it. You know what? Nah, not really. You should know this already because you should be paying attention in class. But I will let you know one thing. Each one does have a lot of pros and cons. And remember, this will be on the test. Don't forget to follow the class on Twitter and watch the podcast anytime you want on YouTube. The students of the week from last week, I don't know why I always say this week, it's from last week. Nobody ever picked up on that, so I had to figure that out for myself. Those students of the week are Amanda Walsh, Kenny Sanchez, Anna Marie Impostado, sorry if I said it wrong, me, your host, mainly because of the show, and Christy Garibaldi. But for the interview, we got our guy Matt B to do this interview of me. So now, take it away, Matt.
This is Matthew Berkowitz, and I'm here with Sean Furlong, and we're going to do a brief interview.
Hello.
Hi, Sean. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What period do you have Breezcast economic class?
I have a sixth period.
And what made you want to do this Breezcast?
The Breezecast was started because of my voice, because in the beginning of the year, the teacher said I had a very distinct voice, and one day I was reading a packet for them, and they said that it'd be a great opportunity for me to begin this podcast because I could possibly get into a future in radio or something like that.
And what do you think of the Breezcast, and why did you become Student of the Week?
The Breezecast, to me, it's fun, but it does feel like a lot of work sometimes. I do enjoy it, but I wish it was easier sometimes, wish there was more to talk about, and wish that the podcast could be more than 5 minutes each. And I was made Student of the Week because I'm the host of the show.
All right, and how did you choose the topics for the broadcast?
Most of the topics are suggested by the teachers, and the rest of it is just really whatever I can think to put in, because really content is key.
All right, and you have most of the say for whatever goes into the podcast?
For the most part. My director, Kyle, he's in charge of getting all the information and stuff like that. He does most of that. Like right now, he's in class writing down all the information, which I'll then put into the script later. So, but yeah, for the most part, I do choose what goes into it.
Well, thank you, and you have a good day.
Thank you. The quote of the week goes to one that was said by Mr. Breezac, our other teacher. What he said was, "Leaders are not born during times of prosperity. They are born during times of turmoil." This quote is pretty self-explanatory, so there's no need to get into depth with it. But all I can tell you is this quote was originally said during World War II, with some variations. There was no way to find an actual author because quotes can be changed throughout history. So according to Google and Boston University, this quote was said during the rise of youth counterculture after World War II and the popularization of historical knowledge. But don't quote me on that. The bullet of the week goes to sell. And I ain't talking about the phone or the things in your body. I mean the four factors of production: capital, entrepreneur, land, and labor. We learned about this already, so I'm not going to waste time talking about it. Did you know 6th period has an OWE, or an assistant for our teachers that was given to them by the school? I don't know why they need help, because there are 2 teachers, but besides the point, the OWE's name is Joe, and he organizes work and prints a lot of paper. And that's all I know, really, because I didn't care to ask the teachers. But don't worry, Joe, your work doesn't go unnoticed. Unfortunately, this podcast has to come to an end. So I hope that this week was the best. But until next time, you know the rules. When you don't know where to go at your finances, always follow the Breezcast. This has been Sean Furlong, aka Barry White, signing out. Okay, now let's do the one thing that everyone just loves listening to, the credits. Kyle Pullman was our director. Sean Furlong, myself, as the voice of Barry White, which is the official name that I'm giving to the host of this show. Barry White will no longer be a nickname. It'll be the official name of the main character in this show. Kyle, again, as the guy who gets our information for us. Our teachers as the creators and producers of this show. Matt B as our interview manager person. The students of the week, with me being the one they interviewed. And I also have no idea who edited it this week, because I'm not involved. And that's it, really. See you next week.